Hey guys, this is Kamaguno, and today I'm doing a review on Bitten Season 2, Episode 4. So let's talk about this episode. With this episode, we get to see Elena is kidnapped, and the people that are capturing her, Alistair being the biggest villain, they want her blood, because they want to mix her blood and Savannah's blood. I didn't really get why they want to do that yet. I think they did leave that for a mystery in this episode, but hopefully we learn soon. But really the whole episode is them trying to get Elena to turn into a werewolf, and she just won't do it. It's just this inner strength that she, and also because she's used to not turning into a werewolf, she's able to control that. She's like, well, I'm not going to help you. I don't care. Kill me or whatever. But then Rachel comes into the picture, and she has to change. There's many trials they do throughout the episode, but that was the point where she's like, all right, I'll change, take my blood, whatever. And through this progress, through this process, we get to see Elena and Savannah connecting a bit more. Savannah being brainwashed by Alistair, but by the end, Elena being able to convince Savannah, hey, he's a bad guy, let's work together to get out of here. And I'm guessing they'll maybe team up with Rachel, or Logan will get Rachel. Hopefully Rachel survives. And then we get some story with Clay and the rest of the Wolf gang. And they're trying to save Elena, they're trying to save Savannah, they don't trust each other. The witches and the wolves are, Elena's pack. They don't trust each other, but they're going to have to. And there's very small parts of that. Again, it's mostly about Elena, this episode. And I have to say, this is one of my favorite episodes of not just this season, but of the series. I love character-driven episodes, and this went to the core of Elena. What makes Elena a really cool character? First of all, what makes this world really interesting is that, for the werewolves, we have Elena being the only female werewolf, and now the villain being the only male witch. And we don't know why he's a male witch and how this happened. And we're kind of exploring that a little bit, a tad bit in this episode. But yes, establishing the world. And then what the whole point of the beginning of season 1 was that Elena was trying to live a normal life. She didn't turn into a werewolf. If you just check out the pilot, she was forcing herself not to turn into a werewolf, and that's why when she had sex with Philip, she's like, oh my god, I'm going to turn into a werewolf, because she didn't turn into a werewolf enough. So now we're in season 2, episode 4, and because she did all of that, she's able to have this self-restraint to not turn into a werewolf. But then she sees her family, Rachel, which is technically going to be her family, who's going to be harmed, and she's like, alright, well, I guess I have to turn into a werewolf. I have no decision. I love Rachel just, like, not wanting to look at all, but she's forced to look. So I think she's still comprehending that her boyfriend is a werewolf, and she's dealing with all this, especially since she's been kidnapped. I mean, she's probably still having to comprehend all this. So that scene was great. Elena in general was just awesome in this episode, and then her trying to connect with Savannah, I thought that was a great little story about her looking towards the moon and saying, well, the family I will have in the future is also looking towards the moon. And I think both witches and werewolves, their mythology obviously are connected to the full moon, so it was interesting how Elena made that statement, yes, about mythology, but also grounded and humanized. And even Savannah was really interesting in this episode. I really enjoyed her character of her not trusting her family and her coven, but at the same time just exploring her power. She's a young child. She's, gonna be a teenager soon, gonna be a witch soon, and she's just trying to figure out life and who to trust and who not to trust. So I thought that journey was interesting too. So really, really a well done episode. And I think this episode also just made me enjoy the villain more, and that was my complaint in the first 3 episodes. I'm like, I don't know what to think of the villain. Didn't really like Malcolm that much, and now Alistair is actually becoming really interesting. And I like how they're balancing the witch's story and the werewolf story. I think they're doing it very well, and there's some interesting parallels there. So really great episode. There's a lot of tension, a lot of great character development, and there's a weird ending where we get to see one of the scientists maybe becoming a werewolf, trying to do this whole mixture of blood with the witch. Who knows what's going to happen there? Will there be 2 female werewolves? I have a feeling there won't be. I think they're going to show, yes, Elena's the only female werewolf. I think that's the direction they're going, but That was a pretty crazy scene. We'll see in the next episode. But that's my thoughts on this episode. I've really, really enjoyed this one, and I hope we keep going in this direction for this season. And, of course, next Friday I'll have another review for Bidden. So hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also in the description below, there's links for my comic, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later. Bye.